On June 21, 2025, the United States launched a coordinated strike involving approximately 125 aircraft targeting Iran's three primary nuclear sites: Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. At the forefront were 6 B-2 Spirit bombers, which departed from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri early that morning. Additionally, 30 cruise missiles were fired from U.S. nuclear submarines stationed in the region, sequentially hitting deeply buried nuclear enrichment facilities. While it may seem straightforward, the complexity of this mission was immense. These large aircraft are heavy fuel consumers and depend critically on aerial refueling to carry out such long-range missions. Adding to the complexity, the KC-135 Stratotankers used for mid-air refueling do not operate solo. They require escort and protection, typically provided by FA-18 electronic warfare squadron, which also shield the B-2 bombers from enemy detection and potential attacks. The mission initiated during the early pre-dawn hours at Whiteman Air Force Base, where the B-2 Spirits were prepped for a transcontinental journey. Although capable of flying non-stop with mid-air refueling, pilot fatigue is a major consideration. To manage this, the U.S. utilized strategically located Allied air bases in Qatar, Diego Garcia, and possibly Andersen Air Force Base in Guam. Redeploying B-2 bombers from the 509th Bomb Wing to Diego Garcia provided a secure operational launch point, enhancing both survivability and range across the Middle East, Africa, and the Indo-Pacific. Aircraft carriers and submarines were deployed across the Arabian Sea. FA-18 Super Hornets and EA-18G Growlers launched from carrier decks with designated roles. Some aircraft cleared pathways through Iran's air defense systems, while others guarded the tankers critical to keeping the mission airborne. The KC-135 tankers, fully fueled, loitered over safe zones in Saudi Arabian airspace, with their crews acutely aware of the mission's high stakes. As the B-2s took flight, their jagged, stealthy silhouettes disappeared into the night sky. While their stealth capability was a powerful defense, the long distance posed a challenge. Hours into the flight, the bombers rendezvoused with tankers above the Suez Canal, refueling mid-air while F-18s provided protective cover. The Growlers broadcasted layers of electronic noise, concealing the strike group's movements. Meanwhile, in underground U.S. command centers, analysts monitored real-time data feeds, ready to redirect forces if Iranian radar activity surged. Penetrating Iranian airspace was no small feat. B-2s ascended to high altitudes, navigating meticulously plotted routes to avoid known missile defense zones. The terrain below, a vast mix of mountains and deserts, offered little natural cover, but the bombers' radar-absorbing exterior minimized detection. As the targets neared, B-2 crews faced a pivotal decision: deploy standoff missiles from afar or close in to drop bunker-busting bombs directly onto the targets. Among various bunker-busting munitions, the standout is the GBU-57, often delivered by B-2 Spirit bombers. Due to the bomb's immense size and weight, each aircraft can carry only 2 within its bomb bay. Although it lacks propulsion, it features 4 active lattice fins and a GPS-guided precision system that allows it to glide accurately. Made from high-strength steel alloy, the bomb relies on gravity and mass to penetrate as deep as 200 feet into reinforced concrete or earth. However, Iran's air defenses posed a formidable challenge. Though older, MiG-29s and F-14s still posed significant risks. If any managed to detect and approach the B-2s, the bombers would be vulnerable due to their lack of dogfighting capability. Iranian ground controllers, hindered by electronic jamming, struggled to guide their jets toward the intruding aircraft. In response, EA-18 Growlers overwhelmed Iranian communication frequencies with static, sowing confusion and hindering coordination. If Iranian jets got within range, FA-18s were ready to engage, guided by AWACS, Airborne Warning and Control System aircraft stationed offshore. Using long-range missiles, they forced Iranian fighters to retreat or face destruction. Once the bombs were dropped, B-2s turned westward, retreating from Iranian airspace as chaos erupted behind them. SAM systems activated, launching volleys that missed due to decoys and jamming. Growlers continued their electronic assault, while reserve F-18s moved in to secure the withdrawal. Back over Iraqi airspace, B-2s refueled. Again, joined now by F-22 Raptors scanning for threats. The sequence of bomb deployment is methodical. First, the B-2 reaches optimal altitude and location. Then comes targeting. The bomb, equipped with GPS and inertial navigation, begins its descent. Real-time data is sent to the lattice fins, allowing the bomb to make precise trajectory adjustments during its fall. These corrections are vital since the bomb has no thrusters and relies solely on aerodynamic controls and altitude for accuracy. Upon reaching its target, the 30,000-pound GBU-57 impacts with immense force. Designed to break into deeply fortified bunkers, it can bury itself over 200 feet into concrete before detonating. The bomb is armed with dual SDB fuses, OG-sensing fuse and a time delay fuse, placed at the rear to avoid damage during descent. Upon detonation, the bomb creates a mini earthquake effect, capable of collapsing underground facilities as tall as 20-story buildings. Israel had been bombing Iranian nuclear sites since June 13, 2025, but was unable to inflict deep damage. These facilities, buried beneath layers of concrete and soil, are designed to resist conventional weapons. Israeli bunker busters succeeded only in damaging ventilation shafts. They failed to penetrate the deeper fortified structures, leading to the U.S. deploying B-2s and GBU-57s for a more decisive strike. Take Natanz, for example. The site includes 6 above-ground and 3 underground buildings. 2 of the underground structures can hold up to 50,000 centrifuges, according to the Nuclear Threat Initiative. The U.S. Navy submarines launched 30 land attack cruise missiles at Natanz, targeting less fortified sections that didn't require deep penetration. When launched, these missiles emerge from submerged tubes via compressed air. Upon surfacing, rocket boosters ignite, propelling them toward their targets. Once airborne, the missile wings deploy, guiding it to the designated coordinates. The resulting damage included power outages in lower levels and destruction of surface facilities at the pilot fuel enrichment plant. Fordow, however, posed a different challenge. Unlike Natanz, Fordow is buried deep and shielded with reinforced fortifications. Israel's strikes failed to breach it. The U.S., in contrast, dropped 12 GBU-57s on the site. These bombs penetrated the required depth of over 200 feet, potentially neutralizing Fordow's nuclear capabilities. This comprehensive and high-risk mission showcased the U.S. military's ability to execute long-range precision strikes using a combination of stealth, advanced munitions, global logistics, and electronic warfare. We produce original, in-depth content. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more insightful videos.